Hello friends, it's Evelyn here. Welcome to the channel, and first things first, as always, a huge thank you to each and every single one of you, my friends, for your continued love and support for this, my own little creative corner of the internet. This week, my friends, you can probably guess and most definitely hear that I am not at my best. I'm coming to you today from my bedroom, where I am currently snuggled up with Luna, who is currently off screen giving me some much needed cuddles. Now, full disclosure, my friends, because we're all about honesty here on the Evelyn Adore channel, I have not been taking it as easy as I should have. My chronic illnesses and pain have really been flaring up, and to top things off, I've got, yes, a really bad head cold. I don't do things by halves ever, my friends, but we're going to soldier on and keep creating here on the channel, my friends. And it's already February, which is just crazy. This year is going so quickly already. And February here at Adore Towers means one thing: Valentine's. Now, usually, my friends, if you've been with me here on the channel for any length of time, you'll know that I usually create a Valentine's Day dress for myself. But this year I asked myself a question that is quite difficult for those of us who suffer with anxiety and possibly depression, and maybe those of us who have some trauma in our past. And that question is, what do I need? And that can be a very, very difficult question to first ask yourself and then to answer honestly. And I asked myself that question, and my honest answer was that I need to take things a lot more carefully, and I need to learn how to relax. So with that in mind, my friends, this February, instead of creating a Valentine's Day dress, I'm going to create something that does two things. It's going to create things with a Valentine's theme, but it's also going to help me take things a little bit easier and actually do some of that self-care. And you're saying, come on then, Evelyn, what is it? This month of February here on the channel, my friends, we're going to create a vintage inspired nightwear capsule wardrobe. So excited for this, my friends. And I've got the absolutely perfect fabric for it. So without further ado, let's check out that fabric and the inspiration for this month's creations here on the channel. We're going to do a lot of sewing and pattern drafting this month, my friends. So grab a cuppa and that usual smile, and also maybe ask yourself that difficult question today: what do you need, my friends? But come on, let's get to some creating. Firstly, my friends, apologies for this voiceover, because this head cold has me sounding a little bit like the Cookie Monster. First off, inspiration. The inspiration for this cozy yet elegant nightwear wardrobe comes from across 4 decades, no less, my friends, from the late 1930s through to the early 1960s. And as can be seen from this, a page from a vintage Sears catalogue, nightgowns, pyjamas and robes were plentiful. I definitely want to create a nightgown like the ones that these beautiful ladies are wearing. Nightgowns like these, with flattering gathered busts, shaped midriffs, and flowing floor-length skirts were all the rage in the late 30s and 40s, and this style is one that I've always loved, so it's about time I create one. Dressing gowns or house robes often accompanied these nightgowns as two-piece matching sets, and who am I to disagree with such style? One of these is definitely on the to-sew list. These images here form my inspiration for this part of the wardrobe. All from the 1940s, I love the built-in collars and the waist ties. Pajamas. Yes, my friends, no nightwear wardrobe would be complete without a pair of pajamas. And we can see examples through the 30s and 40s onwards, with wide leg pajama trousers and longer blouses cinched in with a waist tie. Into the 60s, a more cigarette style pant emerges, and I love this stunning boat neckline. Being thus inspired, friends, it's time to get sketching. And here is my sketch. Firstly, that 1940s style nightgown is definitely on the cards, with a gathered bust and separate shaped midriff. The straps will be gathered into the top piece of the bust. A flowing floor-length skirt finishes the nightgown, and I'm hoping that this piece will look gorgeous but also be really comfy to wear. For the pyjamas, I'm going with the wider leg pants, so that they're the most lounge-worthy style they could be. And I really fell in love with that boat neck, so the top is going to be a longer past hip length top with short sleeves, shown on my sketch here, tucked into the pyjama trousers. I'm going to be generous with the ease I use when drafting this pattern because I want these pyjamas to be super comfortable. And finally, that dressing gown. Inspired by the 40s styles we saw earlier, my friends, I want to create a dressing gown with a soft curving built-on collar. Hopefully, I'll have enough fabric to create this in floor length. We shall see. Speaking of fabric, here it is. A matte velvet in the most beautiful classic dusky pink colour. A core range fabric from my wonderful friends over at Minerva. This knit fabric is medium weight and super soft to the touch. With a slight four-way stretch of 10%, I'm going to need to be conscious of this when drafting my patterns, and be sure to use enough ease for my garments. As always, my friends, there's a link in the description box to this gorgeous fabric. So there we go, my friends, the inspiration, the sketch and the fabric that we're going to use in the month of February to get creating here on the Evelyn Adore channel. And also, my friends, did you notice that these are things that you can do while you're taking things a little bit easier? If you want to be creative, think about grabbing a sketchbook and a few pencils and pens, and you can still stay all nice and cozy, especially with a beagle friend or two like I have here. And you can still get creative while also giving yourself a little bit of self-care and not taking on too much. With that in mind, my friends, I'm really happy and excited to be creating this nightwear capsule wardrobe, which we're going to start with next week when we're going to create that 40s inspired nightgown. I'm really excited about this. So hopefully by that time I'll be feeling a little bit better and I might sound a little bit more like myself. Until next week, my friends, thank you so much for all of your love and support. Take care of yourself. Bye.